Are you tired of throwing your hard-earned money away on takeout? This is your guide to eating like a king on a pauper's budget. These freezer-friendly meals will save you tons on your retirement food expense. Well, get an apron and get in the kitchen. I'm going to show you 10 budget-friendly freezer meals that will have you saving money and eating like a king. That's right, no more excuses. First up, we're tackling a classic spaghetti bolognese. This dish has been a staple in households around the world for generations, and for good reason. It's hearty, comforting, and when done right, absolutely delicious. But too often, it gets a bad rap for being bland or boring. Not today. This isn't some bland, tasteless slop, you hear me? We're talking about a bolognese that will make your taste buds sing. The kind of dish that makes you close your eyes and savor every bite. We're going to build a bolognese with depth, with character. This means layering flavors, taking our time, and using the best ingredients we can get our hands on. Start with good quality mince, brown it properly, and don't even think about using those pathetic little jars of sauce. Browning the meat is crucial. It adds a rich, savory base to our sauce. We're going to make a sauce from scratch with tomatoes, herbs, and red wine. Fresh tomatoes give a vibrant, tangy flavor, while the herbs add an aromatic depth. And the red wine? It brings a touch of elegance and complexity. Let it simmer. Let those flavors get to know each other. This is where the magic happens. The longer it simmers, the more the flavors meld together, creating a sauce that's rich and full-bodied. Finally, cook your pasta al dente, toss it with that glorious bolognese, and top it with a generous grating of Parmesan. The pasta should have a bit of bite to it, and the cheese adds a salty, creamy finish. There, you see? Restaurant quality, on a budget. You've just made a classic dish that's sure to impress, whether it's a family dinner or a special occasion. Enjoy every bite. Next up, we're firing up the wok for a chicken stir-fry. This dish is perfect for those busy weeknights when you need something quick but don't want to compromise on taste. Make sure you've got your ingredients prepped and ready to go. Having everything laid out in advance will make the cooking process seamless and enjoyable. Dice your chicken, chop your vegetables, and don't be afraid to get creative. The more colorful your veggies, the more vibrant and nutritious your dish will be. Onions, peppers, broccoli, carrots, whatever you've got in the fridge will work. The key is to use fresh, crisp vegetables that will retain their crunch and color. Get that wok smoking hot, add a touch of oil, and stir-fry your chicken until it's golden brown and cooked through. Then, in with your vegetables, keeping them moving so they cook evenly. A splash of soy sauce, a dash of sesame oil, and a pinch of chili flakes for a kick, and you've got yourself a flavor explosion. Serve it over rice or noodles, and you've got a complete meal that's ready in minutes. Enjoy the vibrant colors and fresh flavors. Listen, sometimes you need a meal that sticks to your ribs, something that feels like a warm hug on a cold day, something that will warm you up from the inside out, making you feel cozy and content. That's where a good beef stew comes in. Imagine a pot filled with rich, savory goodness. Tender chunks of beef, carefully selected for their flavor and texture, braised in a rich gravy with vegetables like carrots, which add a touch of sweetness, potatoes, which make the stew hearty and filling, and celery, which adds a subtle crunch. This is proper comfort food, the kind that makes you feel like everything is right in the world, and it's surprisingly easy to make. You don't need to be a master chef to whip up this delicious meal. Start by searing your beef to get some color on it, which adds depth to the flavor. Then toss it in a pot with your vegetables, letting them soak up all the delicious juices, stock, and herbs. The herbs are what give the stew its aromatic quality, making your kitchen smell amazing. Let it simmer away on the stovetop or in the oven, allowing all the flavors to meld together beautifully. And the longer it cooks, the better it gets. Patience is key here, as the slow cooking process tenderizes the meat and enhances the flavors. Serve it up with a crusty loaf of bread to mop up all that delicious gravy, making sure you don't miss a single drop. And you've got a meal that will have you feeling satisfied and content. It's the perfect dish to share with family and friends, bringing everyone together around the table. Don't think for a minute that I've forgotten about vegetables. We're making a vegetable soup that's packed with flavor and nutrients. Start with a good quality stock, then load it up with whatever vegetables you have on hand. Roast your vegetables first to bring out their natural sweetness, then simmer them in the stock with herbs and spices. This soup is not only delicious and healthy, but it's also incredibly versatile. Let's spice things up with a fiery chili con carne, packed with flavor, perfect for feeding a crowd. Brown mince with onions, garlic, and peppers, then add cumin, chili powder, and paprika. Simmer with tomatoes, beans, and dark chocolate. Serve with rice, sour cream, and guacamole. Lasagna, a classic for a reason, but so many people get it wrong. Soggy pasta, bland sauce, it's a massacre. But not this lasagna. We're going to layer it with love and care so every bite is a symphony of flavor. Start with a rich meat sauce, seasoned to perfection. Then a creamy bechamel sauce, smooth as silk. Layer those sauces with fresh pasta sheets and a generous helping of cheese. Bake it until golden brown and bubbly, then let it rest. Yes, rest. It gives the lasagna time to set, so it slices beautifully. Serve it up with a simple salad, and you've got a meal that will have everyone coming back for seconds. Next up, we're spicing things up with a fragrant chicken curry. This dish is bursting with flavor and surprisingly easy to make. Marinate your chicken in yogurt and spices. Sauté onions, garlic, and ginger. Then add your spice blend. Add the chicken, cook until golden, and simmer in a creamy tomato sauce. Serve with rice, naan, and enjoy a taste of India. Shepherd's pie, a true British classic. It's the kind of meal that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Start by browning your mince with onions, carrots, and celery. Top it with mashed potatoes and bake until golden brown. Serve with your favorite vegetables for a family-pleasing meal. Don't underestimate the power of a good quiche. It's the perfect dish for using up leftovers, and it's incredibly versatile. Whisk together eggs, cream, and cheese. Add in your cooked fillings like vegetables, ham, or salmon. Pour into the crust and bake until golden brown. Last but not least, we're making a classic meatloaf. Combine your mince with breadcrumbs, eggs, onions, and spices. Shape it into a loaf and bake it in the oven. Serve with mashed potatoes, gravy, and vegetables. There you have it. 10 cheap and easy meals to cook and freeze. Start saving on your food budget today. Now stop making excuses and start cooking. With these recipes in your arsenal, you'll be able to eat well on a budget.